Tipster Tuesday. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I am excited to share with you today, and I just want to welcome anyone who has never joined us for Tipster Tuesday. This is something that myself or Michelle Cannon or Jenna Cross does weekly for you for free within the Live Naturally system or Live Naturally Tools Instagram. And we come on and just share whatever kind of great inspiration or tips or tricks are applicable to the season, or things that are on our heart, or major revelations that we've had, or best practices for our business that we want to pass on to you. And so today we're going to dive into that. So if I don't know you, my name is Dana Moore, and I'm a Presidential Diamond. I'm a co-founder of Live Naturally Tools, and I hope I got to see many of you at convention. We ran a killer fun selfie contest, and I'll have winners to announce later today. Okay? But it was really fun to meet you. Thank you for all of you that were so sweet and came and said hi and gave us hugs and gave us some encouragement. It actually meant so much to us. It is incredibly time-consuming to grow a doTERRA business successfully, which you all know. But on top of that, to create a system that is simple and duplicatable and beautiful takes a whole lot of extra time as well. And we're just committed to staying the course with that for you guys. So thanks for all the encouragement and the love. We super appreciate it. Okay, so how you guys doing? Is everybody convention hangover free? One of the things I do when I get home is I always get extra sleep. I eat extra nourishing foods. I make sure that I kind of take care of myself, and I give myself time to kind of sort out all the things, to reorganize, to kind of get my brain space in the right place, because it is just an overwhelming amount of amazing information, relationships, community, fun. It's all the things, but we're all human, and we all have to come down from that and kind of figure out how to apply it. So I really felt inspired today to talk to you about the things that you never really thought of. Because what is happening right now in network marketing and in this business is we are about to surge with momentum for the fall. This happens without fail. It's not just for our company, it's for many companies. It's definitely true for all direct sales. Fall is the best time. It's when sales go up. It's when people shop the most. It's when there's the most energy, the most excitement. New products, Christmas lines, post-convention, it all kind of adds into that. And so what I want you to imagine is like that your business is like a river, okay? And so one of the things about my business, I always imagine it as a river, is sometimes my river is very peaceful and not too crazy, you know, not too like I'm not having to paddle between rocks, there's no rapids. Sometimes it is just very, very peaceful. And that is a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Sometimes I can just stop to kind of breathe and enjoy the scenery and kind of feel the success of it all. What does that feel like? What does that smell like? Kind of just really enjoy it. The only thing that with my business and my river, and with yours too, that you want to take note of or be concerned about is you do not want your river to grow stagnant. You never want to hit that pool of water where the dam has built up so high and the water stinks and no life is there. Stagnant water, nothing is growing, okay? So just keep that in mind, because as you go through seasons in your business, you're gonna just imagine it as a river. So right now, in all of our businesses, like it or not, which you should like it, we are about to enter the rapids, okay? We are about to enter the fast waters. We're about to enter momentum and push and shift. And it is glorious, okay? It's exciting, it's fast moving, it's fun. It is much easier to get somewhere right now in your business than it would be maybe in the summertime when the river's a little more still and you can kind of enjoy things a little bit differently. And so what I want to encourage you to do is get your mindset in the right way, because if you are not ready for what's about to happen, you will find yourself fighting against your own momentum. You'll find yourself kind of pulling against the natural course of your business. You will find yourself trying to cling to rocks and hang on instead of let yourself go with it. And the best thing you can do right now is to let yourself go, jump in, put the helmet on, get your oars out, and ride with that current, and do everything that you can to maximize what's happening right now within our business, okay? It's really, really important that you do this, because you're inspired already. We have natural momentum happening for us. We're heading into post-convention tours and Christmas, and it's just a beautiful time. Okay, so I want you guys to just jump in and ride this for what it's worth. Now we can maximize it. Okay, you could jump in a canoe and go flying down the river and maybe make it to the end, maybe make it past the waterfalls and like make it to the end. Or you could get into a nice big whitewater rafting, like, you know, tube, I guess is what it'd be called, raft. Put on a life vest, put on a helmet, have your equipment, be ready, and rock it. Rock it with your team, rock it together, ride this current for everything you've got going for you. Now, this is a really good time to make a 90-day plan. This is a really good time to plan out a rank advancement. This is a really good time to do more than you've ever done. So I'm going to give you some tips and things that will really help you do that, and they're probably things you've never thought of, or not never thought of them, I should say, but maybe I'm going to help you think about them a little bit differently. All this being said, please don't think that I am a proponent of only ranking when things are good. We hit Blue Diamond when we hit was in June one year. When we hit Presidential, it was in August. We kind of created our own momentum when we needed to, okay? So don't think that this is the only time, but this is definitely an easier time to rank advance. And this is a time to really ride that momentum. And if everything is working toward you and for you, why don't you work smarter, not harder, right? That's what we want to do. Okay, so a couple of things that you guys have probably never thought of. Now, I don't know, oh, my phone is being used. I'm like, where's my phone? I'm using it. One of the things I want you to do, and this is going to absolutely change your life, and it's something that every single person, honestly, should do, is I want you to go into your notifications in your phone, and I want you to turn off everything that vies for your time and your attention. So your email dinging is not at all worth your time or your attention. Okay, there's no emergencies coming through your email. Turn off the notification, turn off the light, turn off the sound, turn it all off. Text messages, probably no emergencies about to happen there. You should turn those off. Facebook Messenger, I just delete it from my phone completely. Otherwise, it will constantly take my attention all day long. Voxer, Instagram, Facebook. You know, you can get on and check Facebook whenever you want to check Facebook, but you check it on your terms, not when Facebook is telling you to check it. And this actual act is like pulling like rocks and weeds and hindrances out of your river. Okay, what it's doing is making a clear path so that when you are ready to row, when you're ready to focus or teach or get online or whatever you're going to do, you have a clear path and there's nothing vying for your attention, because our brains are actually addicted to the light and sound on our phone, and we have let our dumb phones dictate how we operate on a day-to-day basis. So I want you to delete everything that dings, blings, lights up, and vies for your attention. And I promise you, you won't miss it. The beautiful thing is now when I'm ready to go check text messages, because I'm like, okay, I've done the work I need to do. I've gotten my, class planned, or I've invited people to class, or whatever it may have been that I need to get done. Then I go to check my phone. I'm like, okay, I have a couple minutes free, and I might have 10 text messages. And that's great. I'll go through and I'll answer my text messages and put my phone back aside. But if I didn't do that, then my actual task, my actual important thing that I needed to get done would have never gotten done, because 10 people would have interrupted the course of my activity. And it will destroy your momentum if you let it. And so it's the easiest thing. And if you feel any kind of resistance, that tells me how addicted your brain is to the lights and sound on your phone. So you need to eliminate that, okay? Get rid of it. You don't need it. I promise you, give it a day or two, you won't miss it at all. In fact, you will probably be like, I have never felt so free in my entire life. I didn't know I was in bondage, but you are, because your phone dictates your life. And I don't know about you, but the thought of my phone dictating my life and my day and what I get done is disgusting to me. I don't want anything to do with it, okay? So when I check my email, it's when I check it. When I check messages, it's when I'm ready to work on that project and I know I need to go in and find a message from somebody, okay? So I hope that makes sense to you, but that is going to be key for success. It's absolutely key, and the people who do that are so much more productive than the people who won't do it. Okay, another thing that I want you to do is I want you to pull out your calendar. I work from a really basic calendar. This is my last week's calendar, but I just have a weekly, like what I'm going to do every day, kind of sitting out, and then I just rip it off and throw it away. Okay, this is just from TJ Maxx. This is nothing crazy special, and that's how I operate. So I get out my weekly calendar, and every day, every Sunday night or Monday morning, usually Sunday night, I'll write out the most important things that I need to get done that week. That's really important. That way, now that my phone isn't telling me what to do, I'm dictating what I need to do. I know exactly what needs to get done and when it needs to get done. So this is a really important step. The other thing you're going to want to do in your calendar, in your month-long calendar right now for October, is clear space for doTERRA, okay? So a lot of times you're just kind of like, well, if I get a class, I get a class. If I have a class, I have a class. You know, maybe I'll be able to squeeze in a one-on-one here or one-on-one there. But what I'm telling you to do in this time, honestly, forever in your business, but is to go in and actually make space in your calendar for doTERRA. So that means that maybe every Thursday night you do an online class. That means every, Friday at lunch, it's open for one-on-one. That means every Tuesday, if you book classes, you have always a Monday or Tuesday. That means that you are like literally going in and blocking off and saying, this is when doTERRA is happening for me. Now you'll have other hours and different times to work on doTERRA, but the most important thing is that you're meeting with people and connecting with people. So make sure that you have time in your calendar for those people. If you don't make time in your calendar for it, it absolutely will not happen. How many of you know if you don't schedule date night with your husband and your spouse, you won't go on a date? You have to schedule it. And everything else, just like our phone, our kids, our community, activities, extra things are vying for our time. And if we don't have things blocked in our calendar ahead of time, then when something pops up or we're like, hey, can you bake cookies for the bake sale this, Thursday? You're like, sure. And I say no. I say no to all those things. I look in my calendar. I'm like, no, that's doTERRA night. I had made space in my calendar for it. I've got to be able to maximize my time right now. And I have a job, and it's a serious job. And when you start to take yourself seriously and your job seriously, other people will too. And you just say, no, thanks. I really can't do that. I have to work that night. But you know what? Hit me up next time, something like that. And you can politely say no. It's a miracle word. Okay. So that's one thing you want to do. Clear your phone. Stop letting it tell you what to do. Clear your calendars. Make space for doTERRA. You have to do that. And then write down on a sheet of paper or a weekly calendar the most important things that you're going to do each and every single day. And don't do other things first. Do the most important things on that list absolutely first. These are the things that make the difference between like a successful leader and a not successful leader, or someone who maybe started the same time you did, but they're so much farther ahead in their business because they're doing these types of things. The things that seem so easy, but yet we're like, duh, why haven't I thought of that? Why have I been like letting my text messages ding in my ear for the last 5 years of my life? These are the things that are going to make a difference. The next thing I want you to do is go back through and start your names list again, or go back through and revisit your names list. And I want to change your perspective on your names list. What we have started to do, and I learned this from Tara Bliss. She's an Australian presidential, and she's wonderful. She's a friend of mine. But I learned to start calling it, instead of a names list, we call it a freedom list. And when I started calling it a freedom list and started to think about all the ways that I have, one, created freedom in my own life, but two, have created freedom for other people, it has changed the way I approach this list 100%. And so I want you to go back through. If you need a names list, like a sheet, if you want something pretty, you can download our business consult from livenaturallytools.com. You can just download it. There's space to write it out in the back. But I want you to write down people's names that you want to bring freedom to their life, because they are hooked on prescription medication, or they are hopeless and without medical answers, or they live in pain, or they need extra income, or whatever it is. Because what we do, if we truly believe that we bring hope to people, if we truly believe we're hope dealers, if we truly believe we have the best product on the planet, if we truly know and are convicted that our compensation plan is phenomenal and it works, and all these things are true, whether you believe it or not, they're true. If you believe that, then when you approach this list, you're going to be thinking, who needs what I have? I have the best thing going. I've got the best company. I've got the best product. I've got the best financial plan. And who needs that? And you start writing down people's names that you think of. They need this, or if they caught vision for this, they would partner with me to help bring freedom to other people. They're a high caliber person. They would catch on to this. Who are they? And start writing those names down. If you already have a names list, go back and visit it, add more names. It should be out in front of you all the time. It should always be somewhere you can see it. It should be on a whiteboard in your office or on a sheet of paper by your desk, or put a magnet up on your fridge. You should be looking at it, because when you look at it, then you start to think about those people all the time. You reach out to them more. You follow up with them, you focus on them, you pray for them, you send them a quick text to say hello, you do all these things, and then you're gonna actually draw these people to you, to your business. You're like a magnet for them, because they're on your mind. You're thinking about them, and you're connecting with them, and you're reaching out to them. If you have your names list tucked away somewhere, and you don't know where it's at, how do you even remember who you wrote down? And then how do you remember who you connected with? And how do you remember who you're chatting with? And when I write people's names down, I write their names down, and I, like, every single day, that's part of like what's on my daily list. Look at your names. Look at your names. Who am I going to connect with today? Who do I intentionally run into? Who am I going to invite over for dinner? Who am I going to invite to an online class? Good thing I have space in my calendar because I have online classes scheduled, or good thing I have space in my calendar because I have a public class. Maybe you have a class every Saturday morning in your house. I don't know, but you have to make space in your calendar. You've got to shut down your distractions, and then you've got to attack that freedom list with gusto, like it's your mission, because it is. It is our mission. It is our mission to bring freedom and healing to people's lives. And for us, for our family, that healing was way more financial than it was physical. But man, did it advance us in the physical way. Like we were taking good care of ourselves, but now we're taking great care of ourselves. We were empowered on most levels, but now I feel completely capable as a mom and as a wife to take care of my family with essential oils and supplements and the products that we have. I knew my kids were healthy. They're doing better than most, but now I know their bodies are solid and their immune systems are set. We were bankrupt, and now we just remodeled a house. It's just the shift. The shift is incredible because you can bring freedom to people's lives in crazy ways. And so I want you to think differently. That's why I titled this one, I want you to think the things that you've never thought about, okay? Think about it differently. Think about how your phone is distracting you. Think about how you haven't necessarily made space in your calendar. Think about how you let things kind of take over your week, like you procrastinate and you gotta do the laundry, and dear God, the bedding needs washed today. I promise you it doesn't. It doesn't need washed today, okay? What you need to do is bring freedom to somebody's life. What you need to do is look at your list and figure out who you haven't connected with in a while, who you need to reconnect with, who you need to say, hey, listen, I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about your son, and I'm wondering if you're willing to try some essential oils. I would love to send you some samples. I would love to share this with you. It's brought loads of freedom to my life. And every time I think of you, I think it could bring loads of freedom to your life too. You want to try it? It can be normal, guys. It doesn't have to be weird or anything like that. But if these people are truly on your mind, they're truly on your heart, they're on your list, you're looking at them every day, you're going to reach out to them with such authenticity, with such a genuine personality, with such genuine intentions, and you're going to attract these people back to you in your business, okay? So I just want to remind you, this is the best time to kill it. This is the best time to cancel things that do not need to be happening in your life. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Clear your calendar, make space for doTERRA, get your freedom list rocking, and let's ride this current for what it's worth, okay? Let's ride it. And by the way, if you're not silver yet, you can totally hit silver so strong, so solid by the end of the year and be ready and qualified to go see Rachel Hollis at Leadership. Hello, that's going to be amazing. But the time is now. One of the things that always strikes me and then always kind of hits me hard is that if you want something that you've never had, you have to do something that you've never done, okay? So if you guys want this, you have to make changes. If you continue doing what you've been doing and you're not getting results, what do you think is going to happen? What's going to happen with your business if you stay doing the same things you've been doing, right? You have to make some changes with that. And for me, whenever I'm ready to push or go for something new, or solidify, or I'm just finding that I'm not getting enough done in the day, I get up early. I'm like, okay, I'm in a season where I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up at 5:30 and I'm going to do an hour and a half of doTERRA with my coffee before my kids wake up and I got to get them off to school. I'm going to do something for a short amount of time so that I can get through my list, I can get through my day, and I can feel successful. And I promise you, after a couple of days, you'll get in the habit and you'll feel so thankful that you've made a massive shift to help you grow your business and ride this. Because nobody wants to be sucked down the current. Nobody wants to be paddling backwards against the current. No one wants to be hanging onto a rock. No one wants to be jumping over rocks and feeling like, man, this current is taking me, but I can't even get my head on straight. Like, clear the way and go forward in this. This is the best time. You guys, we are going to see massive breakthroughs in the next 90 days with your businesses. I promise you. I know it's going to happen. Do these things though, okay? Do it, because if you're not willing to do it, you're not going to see the same type of fruit as your friend is, and she's the one who just turned off every notification on her phone, even mine. Even Live Naturally Tools Instagram. Turn it off, okay? You don't need to have distraction in your life. What you need to do is focus on your business, focus on it every day, and I promise you'll be successful. I'm excited. I hope you know I'm excited, because I just know that these things, they're the littlest things, but they make the biggest difference in our business, and they're the difference between success and not so much success, okay? They're the difference between rank advancing or not. They're the difference between maximizing what happens in the fall or staying stagnant, staying the same. And those are the places you don't want to be. So think about it a little bit differently. Start working on your freedom list right now. Go through each step, okay? Phone first, calendar second, freedom list third. Rock your business, and we'll be chatting in about 90 days. I mean, I'll be on every week between then and now, but I want to hear from you guys testimonies of success with this, because I promise you it changes everything, and it's the little things. It's always the little things that make the biggest difference, okay? All right, everybody, happy Tipster Tuesday. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it, and we'll be now announcing our selfie contest winners from convention later today, okay? So check our Instagram for that. All right, have a good day.